Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Higgins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 70 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. So that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Leopard! Leopard!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
One of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going over.
And it is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Football going back to the Cleveland Browns here. All right, let's take a peek back at last season. 7-8-1. You mentioned it earlier. They were a few breaks away from being a playoff team. Hard to believe. But now you go into the offseason for the first time in a long time, Charles, with expectations going into next year.
And how excited is everyone to actually have expectations rather than being the laughing stock of the NFL? You just mentioned they went 7-8-1, 0-16 in 2017, so everyone will take that. But you're right. What's the next step? With Baker Mayfield at quarterback, they believe they can contend for a playoff spot next year. They still will need some help on the defensive end, but what a great place they've started. Myles Garrett at defensive end, Denzel Ward at cornerback, both of them going to the Pro Bowl this season.
He's going to look deep now for Landry, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He may try and run for this. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield going deep here for Landry. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But I think people had to adjust because Joe Flacco as a quarterback, you knew where he would be every time. 3 to 5 steps behind center, you could go get him. With Lamar Jackson, he can be anywhere and make a big play. And how about that defense? #1 in the league in fewest yards allowed yet again.
On second down, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
But if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points. And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the toe.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just Jarvis Landry. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pavin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Ibuprofen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
No, check, Patriots!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Off the screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively, if they want to insist on going in that direction, make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And it's fielded at the 34. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Give. This is Chubb. Oh, some strong running. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Charles, Chubb, heck of a rookie season, but do you think it bothers him that he had 996 yards?
I'll guarantee you it bothers him. It reminds me of a runner by the name of Dave Hampton, who played for the Atlanta Falcons, who actually went over 1,000 yards in a 14-game season. They gave him the game ball, stopped the game, and applauded for him. And then he took another carry and lost yardage. and finished the season at 996 yards and never came close to 1,000 again.
But still, though, Nick Chubb, great season, finishing 10th in the league in rushing as a rookie.
And don't forget his signature run.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Zadarius Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Being chased out left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
4th down. Here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Tyrod Taylor taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England? Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing a Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. On 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Leopard.
To throw on 2nd down, Jackson. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He's to the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there? Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Watch it now, Barney. Gun.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And an alley to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up second down.
Jackson, he's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Jackson now, looking to throw on second down. Flushed out right, finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ty Montgomery, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. On third down, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, Mayfield on second and 10. Escaping the pressure right. $14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
A very solid gain of 27.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. On third down, Taylor. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Lucky 56.
On second down, Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Larry Ogunjobi, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And an alley to run. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Still a lot that can happen, but you think they get points on this drive, even if it's just 3. Should wrap this one up.
And you got to love their starting field position. So if you're the play caller right now, being on the plus side of the 50, you're thinking exactly what you're saying. Get 3, get out of here with at least that. But, hey, you might have a chance to put 6 on the board and really take control.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z.
Now Taylor back into his end zone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. And And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a third down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. Steps away. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So now only 7 seconds remain. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's good. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Extra point right down the middle. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Well, this one, partner, was fun down.